All right, y'all, I got a different type of video today, and I really hate to be this type of channel for a second, but I feel disrespected by this company. I said it. I feel like with the influx of something great and how well that they marketed this game, I feel like the downhill decline and the rapidly decreasing follow base and people who play the game and longevity of it, I feel as though some steps have been taken along the way to just really hurt the survivability of something like this. And there's one thing that let me know that things are really bad right now. So before I tell you what that is, like, comment, and subscribe, and maybe I'll branch into making more introspective content like this. But for the time being, let me show you what I saw that let me realize things are really bad. I'm gonna break this video down into 3 things. Now, if I were just to bring up the topic I just mentioned, then I would just be complaining. I would just be harking on the company, and that's not exactly what I want to do. So this video is gonna be comprised of 3 key elements: the thing I noticed, the issue, what I think can be done to fix it, and why I think it happened. Okay, so let me show you what I noticed. If you YouTube search Rematch, you're gonna see your boy. Okay, that had nothing to do with the video, but I just thought that I would flex. But if you go on YouTube and you look up Slow Clap, they're mogging me in subscribers. That's immediately a problem. I need y'all to fix that. I want 700 subscribers this video, because then we would be at us. They're at 24,400 subscribers. I'm at 24,000. So I need 400 of you at minimum to subscribe on this video. Thank you. If you look at the Rematch trailer that came out 3 weeks ago, you'll see that this trailer has 4.1 million views. $1 million. And that means that it did extremely well. It had a wide reach and it had a lot of good feedback, because for a channel with 24,000 subscribers to get a video with 4 million views, then obviously, you know, it hit it out the park. That's what I would say if that were the case. So as you can see here, we obviously cannot see the dislikes, but you can see that this video has 1,100 likes. And for a video with 4.1 million views to get 1,100 likes is a little odd. As you can see, even people in the comments were saying, that's not right, you know? And I bring this up as to say, instead of looking at the community and trying to bring back natural growth of the player base, what Rematch is trying to do is pay for promoting. It's paying real life dollars to advertise the product, which is very normal, that a lot of people feel to this day is still incomplete. A lot of people feel to this day it still has very many issues, and most people probably wouldn't even suggest this game to their friends in the current state it's in because of the sloppy, nasty, you know, product that we've been left with. Back in the day, which allow me to go back to TikTok to make my point here. Back in the day of Rematch, you could not get people off of this game. Like, some of these videos were not even, you know, great videos conceptually, and they were still hitting millions of views easily. And this is just my experience. Rematch on TikTok was the same. It was the exact same. Like, this game was exploding. Oh, look, you know, there goes me. And this even proves my point. You know, this has 10 million views, 800,000 likes. It's proportionate. That's normal. That's how it's supposed to be. People still upload this game, yes, but the amount of traction and the amount of followers that's coming to this game is far subsided. And it's just very sad to be a part of it whenever there are very obvious influence. Whoa, hey, what? Excuse me, I got blindsided. But it's hard to continue to support and to want to make content on the game when obviously what they care about is not the feedback of the player base or not the desires of the player base, but above all else, the image of what the game is. The image of what they wanted the game to be is prioritized above what it could be with its own unique design. At its heart, Rematch was an arcade soccer game. The issue is that they abandoned that and tried to functionalize it and format it into something that's just like as bland as can be, like normal day soccer. normal day football for those of you overseas. It conceptualized it so hard that in its search for its own unique identity, it lost what made it unique. Now, in the beginning of the video, I said that I personally feel disrespected by the company. Let me tell you why. A lot of you may not agree with this, but over the course of my journey, if we were to tally up all my views on YouTube and on TikTok, I'm pretty sure I've put about almost 70 million pairs of eyes on this game. And while that may not mean a lot to some of you, to me that means that of those 70 million pairs of eyeballs, 30.5 million people, half of that probably had a thought, had an inclination, I want to play this game. I want to see what this game has going on. And not even just like from a money aspect, not from an aspect of saying like, oh, I've made Slow Clap money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that as a creator, it feels nice to be recognized by the company. And there are some people in Slow Clap who I'm very appreciative of, who have reached out to me and try to make sure I'm included. But as of late, they have defunct the creator program to where, yeah, there's still a creator chat in the server, but there's really nothing going on for creators. I remember seeing that they were saying there were some things going on to try and give some, shout out and some props to some creators, but as with Slow Clap, that's never been delivered on. And I feel, me personally, as the It's Roach merchant, I feel like there should have been some notoriety taken into account, and I should have been acknowledged in some way. And I'm not blaming the company for that, but I do personally feel as though, I make jokes about it a lot, but I feel as though there should have been some acknowledgement to all the creators, me, to Beta, to Bobbin, not just the people who they paid to sponsor the game, And lastly, what do I think they can do to fix the game? This is a contentious topic. It's a hard topic because I don't exactly know, but I do know what I think would help. So they released a roadmap of the game saying, in this month this will happen, this month this will happen, in this month something special, in this month this will happen. But one thing that's always been touched on about and never really followed through with, whether you like it or whether you do not, a lot of the influence of why people want to play this game is because of the Blue Lock craze that has taken over the people and since the manga has come out. Blue Lock and then the World Tour and proper football. And they touched up a lot on proper football, putting Ronaldinho in the game, Ter Stegen in the game, a bunch of people like that. They also have some clothing designs like Adidas and like Gucci and or Louis Vuitton, stuff like that to kind of give a sense of realism into the game. But the part that I feel they've extremely neglected and probably would have kept the game alive for longer was what the player base was asking for, because whether they liked it or whether they didn't, a lot of the player base is inspired and led on by Blue Lock. I'm sorry, I know some of you may not like to hear that, but that's the truth. So what I think should have happened was they should have taken it in stride, and it's like, even if you have a vision for what you want the game to be by the end of it, let the game be what it was in the middle of it. Like, if they would have leaned in to what people were asking for and leaned into the influence from Blue Lock and leaned into that side instead of deterring it, I feel like this game could have lasted much longer. Because if you go on something like Roblox or even TikTok and look up some soccer games that are following the agenda, they live much longer. Like, I'm pretty sure the Rematch player base is at an all-time low. Let me see. We were at an all-time low for sure. Whenever, at a time we were at 92,000 players at one time. That's inconceivable numbers. And whenever you look at stuff like, I just got an email about this game a little bit ago, which I am going to be covering it on my channel because I'm very curious, but I just got an email about this game called Freestyle Football 2, and alongside with the customization being a key part of it, in the abilities trailer, you can see they leaned into the abilities. They leaned into the idea of it not having to be realistic. You get certain, stuff like this. You get certain moves, you get certain attributes. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be something that if someone can take the Rematch formula or just take the overall style of what Rematch was and then apply the wants of the player base alongside with the realism of football, that's where I believe a fix for what we once desired to to be coming to fruition. That's what I think needs to happen. And this is a quick video. It's not me edits, it's just, you know, but I felt like it was something I really needed to get across because a lot of people question and leave comments on my channel about asking me why the game's falling off or what's happening to the game for it to be in such a bad state. And this is my proper opinion. Sorry if you all don't like it. I know I've expressed my opinion in the past and people didn't like it, but it's my channel. Fuck you. Bye.